So this week starts off with Mick Foley coming out and entering the ring and pulling out some fucking index cards. Now, the thing about it is, as soon as you see him pull out these cards, you know instantly where all of this is going to go. If you thought that Mick Foley was just going to go out quietly and just say, "Oh no, we're not gonna, I'm sorry, I beg for my job back, I beg for my job back." No, that wasn't going to fucking happen. So he starts reading off of these fucking cards and saying that he's going to take a leave of absence or whatever, and saying that he was given this golden opportunity, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, it's just crazy that it always comes down to something like this. Oh, God. So, again, you know where this is going. Steph comes out, because, okay, Mick starts going off, you know, just gets rid of the index cards and starts going off and starts trying to shoot from the hip or whatever, and his mic, mic gets cut off. So, Steph McMahon comes out and she hits the ring and saying that you didn't do what was best for business. Again, we're back to that. We're back to the authority. We're back to the best for business thing. We're back for golden opportunity. We're back to that. It's funny how we were supposed to move away from that. We've had this for years as far as the whole best for business corporation. Yeah, we've had this authority stuff for a long period of time. But that's not going away apparently. So, of course, she fires Foley. Why was there no Mr. Socko at this point? I would have loved it. I would have loved it if he would have got Mr. Socko and jammed it in Stephanie McMahon's mouth. Yeah, that would have been totally enjoyable. But that didn't happen. And that puzzles me. I'm just like... Anyway. So, he's on his way out. Sami Zayn comes out. And he hits the ring and says that Stephanie is wrong, and says that Mick had more integrity within the 9 months than Stephanie McMahon has had her whole freaking life, as far as Foley being general manager. And Stephanie gives him a couple of warnings saying that, okay, look, yeah, you could leave and think about how you're going to make this up for me later. Sami Zayn goes on and is like, yeah, because Mick didn't become a yes man. He didn't, God. Again, with Sami Zayn coming out there, you know where this was going. You just did. Well, what do you know? Samoa Joe comes out. Stephanie McMahon even stops Samoa Joe from getting her and just attacking Zayn. I mean, yeah, Sami Zayn got into her face and stuff like that, and, well, what do you know? A match is made. Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe. And it was a pretty, standard match. Joe, after Sami Zayn dove on Samoa Joe pretty much dominated the match after that. Yeah, Sami Zayn got a couple of offenses, here or there, and yes, it went to the climax as far as trying the hell of a kick, but, well, what do you know? He gets caught, and he gets that slam down, a.k.a. rock bottom, without him going down. And he gets choked out once again, so Samoa Joe wins. It's just the fact that we're reverting back to this again. Just again. Now, quite frankly, everybody knows that Mick Foley is going to be taking some time off because of a hip replacement. That's happening. But it's just the fact that I just don't freaking get it. God, no. Just, please. Let's just end this whole authority, quote-unquote, authority thing. That's just... It's a broken record at this point, and it's just like, oh, goodness. So, you get Mick Foley saying his goodbyes and everything, and Sheamus and Cesaro is in the back, and they see Mick Foley. Actually, Mick Foley gives Cesaro a hug, and Sheamus actually gives Mick Foley a hug, and saying that he was the only one that gave them opportunities and so on and so forth, which was kind of okay, yeah, fine. Then, okay, walks away from, you know, them, and Mick sees Bailey and hugs Bailey, and what do you know? Triple H is right there, and he actually says to Mick, "Have a nice day," and Mick just exits the freaking building. Now we're gonna have this Seth Rollins update as far as him being at WrestleMania or not, and yeah, he's not ready for Mania. No doctor would clear him for Mania, and more on that later. So, you get Charlotte against Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke is just a joke now. She just is. Charlotte mounted little offense, and Dana Brooke just still got beat. Dana Brooke was hitting on her and just beating down on Charlotte until Charlotte hits a bro kick and pins Dana Brooke with it. Seriously? Wait, are we supposed to take Dana Brooke seriously? Are we? Just no. One freaking kick? Not even a natural selection. Not even a figure 8. We didn't even have a full-fledged match. And just not Bailey. Dana Brooke just gets beat. Just decisively. With a couple of moves, with a damn kick, man. This is just horrible. Just horrible. So, you get Stephanie McMahon talking with Bailey in the back, and Bailey says that she used to admire Stephanie, and, you know, because Stephanie was a strong woman, and, yeah, she just used her power again. Stephanie makes the match between Bailey and Nia Jax because of what happened last week. It will be no DQ, and if Nia Jax wins, she will be added to the championship match at WrestleMania. Well, what do you know? Because Nia didn't have anything else going on as far as WrestleMania. She wasn't going to be in the Andre Battle Royal. She wasn't going to be traded to SmackDown. So it's like, freaking duh, that was going to happen. Oh, goodness. And it's a no DQ match as well. So, Jericho, highlight reel. The real Kevin Owens is just going to be on the show. So, they show a young 16-year-old Kevin Owens with a Y2J shirt, you know, a Y2J shirt on, a Y2J poster, and, you know, doing the whole traditional arms out stuff like that, which was, you know, a throwback, because I was a Jericho fan. I used to do that shit, you know, Y2J. I always liked Jericho ever since his WCW days. And, yeah. Jericho even digs back and shows the Twitter messages as far as him being asked for advice by Kevin Owens. And again, yeah, he gave him his advice, but he addressed the fact that, okay, he wasn't a best friend, he was his idol. He was his idol. Okay. And once they face each other at WrestleMania, he will revert back to that 16-year-old. And at the other side, he will see, you know, Y2J, the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla, the GOAT. Yeah, he really get the best in the world at what he does. He's going to see that, and he's going to freeze up again. He's going to be starstruck again. And he even calls him a stupid idiot. And right then, he was about to put him on the list. But that didn't happen. Samoa Joe walks out. No music, just walks out. And, well, what do you know? Kevin Owens from behind attacks him, attacks Jericho, and beats him down. Jericho got like a few punches in, but to no avail. He just gets sent to the ropes, pop-up powerbomb. I hope that it will be pop-up powerbomb to Codebreaker at WrestleMania, but I could be wrong about that. But it's just the fact that, okay, look, the attacks, you know, again, that's fine. I just, again, you can see all of that coming, and it's just like, you know. And then, what does Kevin Owens do? He tears up the list and eats a part of the fucking list. And it's like, damn it, you need to be put on the list and stay on the list. You know, Jericho just needs to come out with a list that just says Owens in capital letters on that motherfucker. But anyway, it's just, yeah. TJ Perkins versus Brian Kendrick was one of the shortest matches ever. And it's just the fact that these guys were feuding months ago for a fucking belt. And this just ends like this. TJ Perkins mounts all kinds of offense. And what does Brian Kendrick do? He basically pulls his hair out of a move and he hits sliced bread, and that's it. This wasn't even a full-fledged match for two people that held the Cruiserweight Championship that feuded for the Cruiserweight Championship, which makes no fucking sense to me. It just doesn't. It's just like, oh, God, someone please end this bullshit. Then after that, Brian Kendrick with another lesson, and he ends up having Akira Tozawa's passport. Getting someone's passport is like, well, a felony? Theft of an ID, and a passport especially. But anyway, it was part of one of his freaking lessons to Akira Tozawa, and it's just, anyway. You got Roman Reigns saying that this is his yard now. He better not win at Mania. He better not win at Mania. So, you get Stephanie McMahon that approaches Cesaro and Sheamus. And she puts them in a 2-on-4 handicap match with their spot at WrestleMania on the line for the triple threat match for the tag team championships. Well, the Raw tag team championships. And it's like, you see, of course, you get everyone that had their basic interactions with Mick Foley, especially during that night, gets put into matches or dire situations to either keep their spot or to freaking not have any additions added to it at WrestleMania. And it's like, damn, that's just... speaking of which, we have the match between Bayley and Nia Jax. Now, this was a no DQ match. What I didn't understand is that Nia Jax is the one that brought the chair into the match. And even though she didn't really freaking use it, she put it right in front of her face in order for freaking Bayley to kick it in there. And it's like, alright, so you needed to have that type of a mix-up with the chair to give Bayley a quote-unquote chance to win the match and to keep this freaking triple threat match at WrestleMania. I mean, what kind of shit is that? Look, Bayley is the Raw Women's Champion, and she should be taken seriously as such, as far as being able to handle anybody on her own. And it's just the fact that she's booked this way that she's not. So, long story short, Nia Jax wins the match, and now it's going to be a fatal 4-way with, well, Raw's women that pretty much make sense in a championship match at WrestleMania. It's not like they're going to put Dana Brooke versus Nia Jax at WrestleMania. It's not like Emma was going to show up at WrestleMania. So, oh, and Paige? No Paige. No. Sorry. It's just, and I'm not even going to go into the whole Paige situation. I'm just not. So, you have Triple H with his interview. And he wants a match with Seth Rollins. He really wanted a match with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Look, long story short, they played the whole freaking... They played a whole thing about... They played a whole footage with Triple H re-injuring Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins coming out and with the crutch and puts the crutch down and gets up in there and tries to beat down Triple H, and this whole story by now, with Triple H attacking him with a crutch and giving him an inverted figure 4. So, okay, look. Triple H talks about Mick Foley, being addicted to the fans. He talks about Seth Rollins being addicted to the fans. And offers Seth Rollins tickets to WrestleMania in the box seats. But then he retracts that. And he's like, alright, wait. What if there's a way to get Seth Rollins at WrestleMania? So, as long as Seth Rollins signs a contract for an unsanctioned match next week, yeah. And then, yeah, that it's going to be signed and so on and so forth. So Triple H can't be sued. So the WWE can't be sued. So Stephanie McMahon can't be sued. Seth Rollins can't sue the company when Triple H does damage to him, whatever, and calls him a coward. He's like, show them your Seth freaking Rollins! or you're just a coward. No, don't wait, coward. No, don't bring Miz into this. Okay, just don't do that. Don't bring that pussy into this. Anyway, you have Cesaro and Sheamus versus Anderson, Gallows, Enzo, and Cass. Who thought that team, that Enzo, Cass, Anderson, and Gallows was actually going to coexist? Even though it's common sense to, you eliminate Cesaro and Sheamus, it's just basically a 2-on-2, standard tag team match for the tag team championships at WrestleMania. I thought Anderson and Gallows would want that, because therefore they can only concentrate on one team instead of triple threat rules where they can freaking lose the belts without even fucking getting pinned. This was the stupid. How the fuck are you going to be veterans in a wrestling? How the fuck are you going to be the champions and eliminate your fucking tag team championship advantage at fucking WrestleMania? How the fuck are you going to do that? They attack Enzo and Cass. Yeah, Anderson and Gallows attack Enzo and Cass. And while they try to get the upper hand, again, the match was almost over, at the beginning. When Sheamus and Cesaro hit that fucking bro kick heart attack shit. And it's like, Anderson, look, it doesn't make any sense. This match shouldn't have even taken place like this. At least let them coexist for a little while and then let them implode. But they imploded immediately. So, yeah. Well, what do you know? Cesaro and Sheamus actually wins their fucking match and they keep their spot at WrestleMania. Oh, God. Speaking of spots at WrestleMania, Austin Aries will face Neville, and that has a chance to be a match of the night, even for a cruiserweight match, because those two can go in the ring, and it's for a fucking title. So please let them have their say. Please let them showcase. Please let them do their due. Please. And Austin Aries actually faces Tony Nese, which Austin Aries actually fucking wins. And it was a good showcase between these two cruiserweights. Tony Nese is not meant to be quote-unquote taken seriously at this point to be a contender for the Cruiserweight Championship. So I didn't expect Tony Nese to win. But after the match, Neville basically goes up at the ramp and he's like, yeah, I could come down there right now, but, you're beneath me and so on and so forth. Austin Aries is like, yeah, just it's basically a wait till WrestleMania thing, and then I beat you, and then, yeah, you're going to say, yeah, I'm beneath you then. What's your title? When I beat you for your title? Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. Okay. It's funny how there was no fucking finish to this match. And that was the only way that things could end with things making sense. But Roman Reigns had the fucking advantage. And he appears that he was going to do the spear to fucking Braun Strowman. Until you hear the gong. Lights go out. Lights come on. Undertaker standing right in between Reigns and a down Strowman standing. So, what happens? Braun Strowman gets up. Undertaker faces him. And he gives Braun Strowman a choke slam. And then he turns around and he eats a spear. Look, they're trying to hype it up to say that Roman Reigns has a chance of beating the Undertaker at WrestleMania, but he can barely get past Braun fucking Strowman, and the Undertaker just chokeslammed Braun Strowman. It's like, wow, okay. Yeah, there's nothing for Braun Strowman at WrestleMania now. Now he's gone, and he's going to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Maybe he'll win it, whatever. But, again, Braun Strowman, yeah, WrestleMania, yeah, done, gone. It should have been Reigns and Strowman again, no holds barred, whatever, at Mania. But now they got Reigns facing the Undertaker first. Look, saying, oh, here's my yard now. No, I will never ever fucking believe that, no matter what you say, no matter what's done. No, and it better not be done as far as Reigns beating the Undertaker. But after he spears the Undertaker, Roman Reigns, walks out. Undertaker sits up, stands up, and gives the whole thumb threat. So that's Raw. I mean, look, WrestleMania hype. More additions to one match. One match at least stayed intact. You have nothing you have nothing for Joe at Mania unless he's going to be in that fucking Battle Royal. You have nothing for Braun Strowman again unless he's going to be in that fucking Battle Royal. I mean, I don't know. Just yeah, and Mick Foley being fired for the time being. What are they going to do? Bring back Eric Bischoff? What are they going to do? Bring in Eric Rowan? You know, what are they going to do? Have a great colleague as the fucking general manager of Raw now? You know, what? Is Jack Swagger going to... No, Jack Swagger got released from his contract. He's not coming back. He's not going to be anywhere. What, is it going to be Kurt Angle that's going to be your fucking general manager now until Mick, you know, heals from his fucking surgery and comes back? Who knows? But it's just a broken fucking record of authority figures, authority, and yeah, best for business. All that crap has been going on for almost 4 fucking years now, and it's still going fucking strong, and we're all getting sick of it. It's just as simple as that. They need to change this whole authority garbage, and they need to do it fast. What did you think about the show? Am I full of shit? Let me know in the comments below. And by the way, hit that like button, hit subscribe. I just don't think that this WrestleMania is going to live up to any hype that WrestleMania fucking deserves. Leave your comments below if you think differently. Drop kicks, body slams, throw motherfuckers over top rope, both feet hitting the floor. Yes, I'm a wrestling fan. This is the theme, and I'll see you later. Credits.